2026 North Draft. I'm just going to quickly read through this list of the a shout out if I call your name. Miller Beck, Declan Britton, Kason Brownlee, Liam Capella, Riley Carter, Braden Crunwell, Dylan Decker, Lucas Evans, Jordan Funk. Both of them? Jordan Funk? Lucas Evans? Okay, didn't hear you. Charlie Graham, Liam Gillette, Ryder Harrison, Owen Hare, Sam Hilkowicz, Larson Hogland, Liam James, Davin Jenner, Corbin Lentz, Kai Levesque, Kieran Lewis, Rhett McIsaac, Quade Manning, Lucas Markell, Ewan McCormick, Carter and Ethan Mitchells, Logan Noel Whipple, Matthew Pringle, Eric Dean Russell, Brody Vorostek, and Michael Wawa. If I missed anybody, is there any draft eligible player here I didn't read their name out? Come see me up at the front, and then we'll make a new list.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just before we get going, my name is Norm Shaw, the Senior B Alberta Series Lacrosse Commissioner. I am chairing the draft tonight, so I just got one trade to announce right now before we get the draft started. To the Outlaws, Liam Elliott and the Crude 2026 fourth round pick. And to the Crude, the Outlaws 2026 sixth round pick, Outlaws 2027 and 2028 first round picks. That trade has been approved. The way it's going to work tonight, and I love to see the turnout. This is better than most junior practices, so this is great. Good job. I hope you guys show up to everything all year. The first 8 rounds will be 5 minutes for each team's pick. So they have to announce it within the 5 minutes or they forfeit the pick. Nobody's objecting. There will be 2 team as well. So it'll take a little bit to get through the first 8 rounds, but it's great to see all those eager faces out there, and I get you guys again in 5 years for the Senior B draft. So have fun tonight, and wherever you land, I hope you have great seasons. And let's get this rolling. Up first tonight, in the first round, this is like after all the trades and settled, the Warriors have the first. The Rebels will be picking second, and then the Warriors have the next 2 picks after that in the first round. So that's what we're looking at now. And let's go, Warriors, you're on the clock.
And I want to welcome everybody into the 2026 Junior B entry draft. I'm here with Garen Schmerman. We're going to break down every pick for you. The Warriors on the clock right now with the first overall pick, and we had a trade that was just announced. If you didn't hear it, we'll go over that in a second. We'll let the Warriors make the first overall selection.
With the first pick overall in 2026, the Warriors select Charlie Graham.
So first overall, the Warriors go with Charlie Graham. As you can see, a big, imposing netminder, a guy with plenty of size, takes up a lot of net, and he's got good feet for a big man as well. He's probably the most highly touted goaltender out of midget or U17 lacrosse in quite a long time. Garen, as a former goaltender, what do you see out of this young kid?
Charlie's got a ton of potential, just loves the game of lacrosse. He's never not playing it. Huge pickup for the Warriors.
We also had a trade announced right before the draft. Liam Elliott, the big sniper that spent his last season with the Crude after coming over in a trade from the Warriors, was dealt to the Outlaws for a pair of first-round picks. There were a couple other picks involved in the trade, but the meat of that trade was Liam Elliott going from the Crude to the Outlaws for a pair of first-round picks. And Garen, you coached Liam over the past couple of seasons. What do you think that trade's going to mean for the Outlaws?
Oh, Liam's a high-end offensive player, sees the floor very, very well. Another great add to their right side, who play alongside Austin Wells, Marcus Hildebrand, etc. And the Crude continue to tear down everything, and it seems like they're going to just go down right to the studs and start it over.
Yeah, we'll get to that as we go through the draft. The Crude have made several trades already. Before we even hit the draft, we'll go and we'll take you through a lot of those trades as we go through the night here. But for now, the Rebels are on the clock and about to make the second overall selection.
Second overall pick, the Rebels have selected Eric Rudinsky.
Eric Rudinsky here goes second to the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. He is based out of Fort Saskatchewan too, so they're sticking with homegrown talent. Big left-hander, D transition, played for the North team last year.
That's one thing that the Rebels have historically done is they've gone out and acquired through the draft a lot of their homegrown talent, and they're going to get another stud defender here to go out their back gate. And what has been a staple for them throughout the years is good, strong defensive play and responsible play in their own end.
Yeah, Eric's going to fit right into that Rebels mold. Big, physical. They're very excited with him too. Bubba just walked by and said, "We got our guy." So.
Yeah, he's a kid that spent some time playing in the 4-on-4 over the winter, in the minors 4-on-4, gaining some experience playing against some of the better players in the area, and I'm sure he'll be a nice addition to the Rebels as they look to keep their spot up top of the North Division. Got the Warriors back on the clock here with pick number 3. The Warriors with a bevy of selections after they went through a rebuild this past season and collected a bunch of picks. And they actually picked 3, 4, and 5, so they have the next 3 picks in this draft.
With the third overall pick, the Warriors have selected Michael Warra.
Michael Warwa from Sherwood Park goes third. Third overall to the Warriors, kid from Sherwood Park, offensive player, going to help upgrade their front gate again.
The Warriors are sticking to a formula that they've been successful with, which is going to Sherwood Park to find some talent. If you remember, a few years ago, they were led by a couple of Warriors, Luke being the most recent of the two, and then Joe as well out of Sherwood Park. They've also picked up guys like Aiden Wellner-Bate in the draft, and you know, a lot of other guys from that area. And just as the Rebels have gone to their homegrown talent, the Warriors go to Sherwood Park and stockpile some more young talent.
Yeah, War was a lefty offense. He went 10th overall to the minors here on, I think that was Monday. And as Mo said, he was actually coached by the Royer boys in Sherwood Park the past couple of years, so there's a connection there too.
Yeah, you have to think that they and company were alerted to Mike's talent, and as the Warriors try to rebuild that offense that really struggled last year, he'll be a good add.
I do believe the Warriors are back on the clock again too.
Yeah, they will have picks 4 and 5 as they complete the top 5 with having picked already twice. They'll have 2 more picks, and that means that they will have selected 4 out of the first 5 players in this 2026 draft.
They've got some fancy new jerseys too, it looks like. I don't recall seeing those before, so.
Going back to the red, which I like. I grew up playing for the Warriors, and I've always been a big proponent of the red jerseys. I just think they look better than the black. Should mention that up making this selection with Vay is Owen Williams, a coach of the senior minors, who will spend more time back on the bench with the Warriors as they look to beef their defensive back gate back up, and Owen will be responsible for a lot of that.
Overall pick, the Warriors have selected Owen Morrow.
Owen Morrow here, defender. I love this pick for the Warriors, Mo. Lanky defender, good skill, good footwork, decent hands, a ton of potential, high-end athlete. And I really, really like this pick for the Warriors here.
Then the Outlaws, then the Warriors.
Yeah, that's always a good mold to follow when you're trying to build a back eight. You want athleticism and you want reach, guys that can get in passing lanes and disrupt offensive players, get on hands and turn the ball over, and when the ball goes loose, are able to jump on loose balls. Excellent pick by the Warriors as they, again, are starting to stockpile some young talent after a down year.
Yeah, he's not here, but he's about 6'2", 6'3", pretty long arms. Going to be able to interfere in shooters' vicinities, get in shooting lanes, and another really good ad for the Warriors. And he's a Warriors kid, too.
So probably a kid that they'll want to use on the man short as well.
Yeah.
Special teams are everything. Anybody that knows anything about lacrosse, goaltending and special teams are usually the two biggest difference makers when you're trying to win games, especially in big games and in the playoffs, and the Warriors are addressing that right there with that pick.
Yeah, he played a bunch of Tier 1 games up last year, too, between Outlaws and the Warriors. So he's got some experience there, too. Warriors are back on the clock.
And as the Warriors get ready to make this pick, they also acquired recently Noah Reich from the Crude, who adds to their back gate.
Selected Sam Hilkowicz from St. Alberta.
Sammy Hilkowicz, kid from St. Albert, lefty offense. I know lots of teams are very, very high on him. He's been out at minors camp too. He's looked really good with the running with the junior A's. Very good pick. Shifty guy, sees the floor well.
So if I'm not mistaken now, Garen, that's two lefty O guys that they've taken now with Wara and Hilkowicz. So they go to Sherwood Park and they go to St. Albert, and they address what they had some defenders last year. You know, you look at Stashnicki, you look at Redlick, and you look at a few of the guys they had out. They had some veteran D guys, but their offense was really pieced together by kids that were lifelong Tier 2 kids. Now they're adding that young talent, and lefty O guys are traditionally some of the hardest players to find when you're trying to piece your roster together. And they used two picks in the top 5 to go out and address that need and grab Wara and Hilkowicz.
Yeah, they'll be a good to add in with Regan Carey and the other guys they've got coming back. But yeah, really, really good work by the Warriors so far, and they're still not done. They've got quite a few more picks here. So
I thought a guy that stepped up for them last year on that side of the floor. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Andrusiak is a lefty.
I do believe so. Yeah.
So I think, and he was good for them. So he's got some size. And he's able to create some space and shoot from the outside. Now they add some shifty talent in this draft. And if you look at it, they took a goalie, Charlie. They took a defender in Morrow, and then they add the two lefties. A pretty good draft so far. The Warriors taking advantage of 4 of the top 5 picks in 2026.
I think we're going to have a trade here. Outlaws GM Steve Baker just walked by the Rebels table and just handed a piece of paper up to Norm Shaw, Senior B Commissioner, but miking the draft here, so we will see.
Outlaws, are on the clock. They're right in front of us discussing things with the Rebels table.
Just had a trade made, which is going to affect this pick right now, so we're on pause. To the Rebels, Liam Elliott, and the Outlaws' second-round pick. And to the Outlaws, the Rebels 2026 fourth round, Rebels 2026 fifth round, and the Rebels 2027 third round. There is a condition as well. If Liam Elliott makes a minors final roster, the Rebels get Outlaws 2028 third round pick. And I've approved that trade.
Liam Elliott goes from the Crude to the Outlaws to the Rebels. They looks like the Rebels are on the clock now, I do believe.
So the 6th overall pick now goes to the Rebels, if I'm not mistaken. So they're on the clock, as Garen said.
I think we see him go left-hander here, maybe out of the Parkland area.
Good call. And we should note, Liam Elliott, even though he has never played or he never did play a game for the Outlaws, briefly in the organization after that trade, has now completed the triumphant, I don't even know what you would call it now, 4 teams. He's gone from starting his career with the Warriors, spending 2 years there, then he spent a year and a half with the Crude, then he was with the Outlaws for about 20 minutes, and now he's a Rebel. So he's gone through the North, and he's been dragged around and spat back out, and we'll see what happens in the Fort.
Yep, that's this Rebels team got real good, real quick, and filled up some of the holes they lost the last couple of years.
This might be a good time, too, Garen, to touch on the fact that they also acquired from the Crude, who briefly acquired Eric Tompkins from the Outlaws. Eric Tompkins got traded from the Crude to the Rebels, along with Bennett Frey, his brother Jack Frey, and Will Nicapillo, the defender from from Sherwood Park, who was a member of the Crude. All got traded for Braden Hackett and Cale Owen being sent the other way, and a couple of draft picks to the Crude. And Liam Elliott and Eric Tompkins, we should note, are good friends. So if things work out for the Rebels, those two will be playing with each other as they stalk back up and try to take another run at a North title and trying to get to that elusive Founders Cup that hasn't been quite within their grasp, even though they were the hosts of the provincials last year, fell a bit short. Looks like they're gearing up for another run.
Yeah, here is the pick, and like I said, I think we're going to go maybe a left-hander from Parkland with this pick.
So let's see how clairvoyant Garen is here as they continue to kind of shuffle around here. Looks like they're
The 6th overall pick
about ready to make the pick.
by the Rebels, Finley Entrop from the Parkland Posse.
Yep, Finley Entrop, left-hander from Parkland Posse. Played a ton with the Rebels last year. Going to be a good fit in their offense.
My notes are correct. Warriors, you're on the clock.
So Finley Entrop, I know him fairly well. Was able to coach him as he was playing U17. Called him up in Tier 2. He's a kid that loves to shoot the ball and will get involved in the two-man game. A guy that wants to play offense will play offense, and that's another left-hander. That's 3 left-handers taken in the top 6.
Yeah.
Very rare that you see that. Lefties are generally harder to find than righties, but not in this draft.
This is pick 7, right, Mo?
Yeah,
We're on pick 7
pick
here.
7, the Warriors back on the clock. As they pick for the 5th time here in just inside the top 7 picks in 2026.
The 7th overall pick by the Warriors is Larson Hoagland from Sherwood Park Tigers.
Larson Hoagland, another Sherwood Park Titan, getting picked. Offensive player. Just another one they're adding to their group. They're going to keep stockpiling the O guys. Obviously, that's something that Coach Vay Dieppe and company wanted to address last year, and looks like that's what they're doing.
Somebody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Larson is a righty, and I would imagine he would be, considering the Warriors have gone out and drafted a few lefts already. So they address the right side with the pick of Hoagland. He's a guy that was affiliating with them near the end of the season, so he'll have some familiarity with the team. He'll know the coaches, and it should be a seamless transition. He is a righty, as I'm getting it confirmed by Garen here. So they do go to the right side of the floor, and now they've added 3 offensive players along with Charlie Graham in net and Owen Morrow out the back gate. Good draft for the Warriors already, and we're only 7 picks through.
Okay, Outlaws are up here. I think, is this their first pick so far, Mo?
Yeah, because they did trade 6 overall, which ended up being Finley Entrop to the Rebels. So now the Outlaws will take their first selection of 2026, 8th overall.
We'll see if GM Steve Baker sticks with the Sherwood Park history that he's got. They've got a ton of guys from that area. Head coach Dean Casey and former first overall pick Carter Grace up here.
Overall pick by the Outlaws is Kieran Lewis from Parkland Posse.
Oh, the Outlaws go Kieran Lewis, lefty offense from Parkland Posse. Kieran Lewis played a ton of games last year in the junior division amongst all the teams, Tier 2, Tier 1. Played in the provincial with the Crude. Another good ad.
It's ironic that he played with the Crude in the provincials because he almost knocked him out with the Outlaws in the playoffs. Another lefty. So I believe that's 4 lefty O guys taken in the top 8. And as you can see, Kieran's got size. He loves to shoot from the outside. Another kid that we called up in Tier 2 a couple of years ago as just a 15-year-old. And he's a guy that he's got so much power on his shot. I tried to work with him a bit. If he can change that platform and shoot off different platforms and not always go high to high, I think he's going to have a lot of success in the junior B ranks, and good ad for the Outlaws.
I do agree. Warriors are back on the clock.
Folks, if you're going to do a rebuild, it helps when you are able to grab, 6 of the top 7 of the top 10 picks by the time we're done here. The Warriors set themselves up for success here.
Selected Lucas Markle from Parkland Plaza.
I like this pick, Garen. This guy, he might not look like a big kid, but man, he plays a really aggressive game. He's in your face. He's a guy that'll go after loose balls like his life depends on it. He can play a little bit of offense if you need, but he'll be more of a D guy for them.
Yeah.
He's going to be a hound all over the floor. He'll be able to produce some offense in transition and just kind of be a jack of all trades. Great pick by the Warriors. Might be my favorite pick value-wise for where they got him in the draft so far.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the note I got on him here is a high upside player, two-way. Another good ad for the Titans, or for the Warriors, sorry.
And you'll talk, when you watch NHL prospect talk and pick or drafts and stuff, they talk about guys with high motors. He's a guy with a quote-unquote high motor, if you want a buzz phrase to kind of describe what he's going to bring to the Warriors.
Lucas Markle was the pick here, just to confirm for everyone. Lucas Markle from Parkland Posse.
So it looks like if my list is correct here and there hasn't been a trade, the Outlaws are on the clock here. With 10th overall, 9th overall? 10th overall. As we make our way through the third round. It's Warriors on the clock again, apparently. Might have been part of a trade that was just made recently. So there were a number of trades leading up to the draft. Another one that we haven't touched on yet. The Crude, as we said, very busy lately. They sent Lucas Bowie and Matthew Lemieux to the Outlaws, and in return got a 2027 second-round pick and a 2027 third-round pick as they try to take a page out of the Warriors' book and stockpile draft picks. I think upwards of maybe 8 to 10 guys off of last year's team have already been traded from the Crude, and it's going to be a long, arduous rebuild, I think, in St. Albert.
Yeah, they've essentially moved everyone. I will give a big shout out. I seen him in here in the chat. Terry Doken recently stepped down from the Crude. He ran a very high-end program in St. Albert for a long time. Meant a lot to a lot of people in the lacrosse community and did a lot for people's careers, including mine. So get a quick shout out for Terry there, and we will see the new age Crude, I guess, as they'll be on the clock soon with a ton of picks, and
The Warriors have selected Aiken Parker from Sherwood Park Titans.
Parker Aitken from the Sherwood Park Titans.
Parker Aiken, sorry.
Left-handed defender. This kid is the real deal, Mo. He is 6'2", 6'3", real good build, high-end athletic defender. They're doing real good here. Real good, the Warriors.
Yeah, he's not here today, but as you said, from my memory, he's a guy that it was called up a lot last year by the Warriors, and he's got size. He'll add that physical presence for them out the back gate. And as you were talking about, Terry Doken resigns after near 20 seasons, I believe. Like, he was coaching in St. Albert for quite a long time, and the Crew are going to have a very different look this year, different feel, a lot of different personnel, and we'll see what they do with a lot of these picks that they're going to have over the next few years.
The new Crew coach, McCormick, is coming up for their first pick with the Tier 2 coach, Grayson Seibel. We will see where the Crew go with this pick.
So you might be wondering, the Crew have made all these trades. How do they not have any picks in the top 10 here and are only picking now for the first time?
Here, and the 11th pick overall is Jake Smith from the Sherwood Park Titans.
A lot of those picks will be in future drafts, so 2026, 2027, and even 2028. Not a lot of those picks are within this draft, so they go with Jake Smith out of Sherwood Park, Aaron. I don't know what
Jake Smith out of Sherwood Park?
Yeah.
I know their new head coach coached the U17A Sherwood Park Titans last year, so we could see an influx of Titans heading down the Anthony Henday to Ainsdale Arena. We might see a heavy dose of Sherwood Park kids heading to Ainsdale. We will see.
Unfortunately for the Crew, though, a lot of the better ones have already been taken by the Warriors. So if you really look at it, I mean, it's too bad that they weren't able to. There's that familiarity with McCormick coming out of Sherwood Park, it would have been nice for them to maybe get some picks in the top 10. Unable to do so, though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised with that pick, but obviously their coach is more familiar with some of these guys than I am. So we will see what they do next here.
Outlaws on the clock.
Outlaws on the clock, and GM Steve Baker, who's always working the phones, is at head coach Vay's table. So we will see what happens.
You're just joining us now. Liam Elliott has been traded twice here tonight. First from the Crew to the Outlaws for a pair of first-round picks, and then the Outlaws would then send him over to the Rebels. And they were able to collect a handful of picks. And a number of guys got swapped around in this year's draft and in future drafts. So we'll see how some of these teams, like, it's pretty clear to me the Warriors have been able to revamp the roster already with these first 10 picks. The Rebels trying to contend once again and restockpile their roster after losing a number of guys from last year's team. And the Outlaws kind of trying to retool on the fly. When it looked like they might have Liam Elliott, they send him over to the Rebels, and they've got a few more draft picks than they otherwise would have.
Yeah, so looks like the Warriors are... Oh, the Outlaws are up. Here we go.
Outlaws are up. Dean Casey makes his way to the front.
We might see them go with a familiar person, with an offensive player that played some games with them last year. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, there's some hesitation here. I don't know if... I think they're still trying to figure out where they're going here as GM Steve Baker talks it over with Brownlee and Kim Ellis, the Outlaws table.
I think we might see Case and Brownlee go here.
The Outlaws have selected Carter Mitchell.
Oh, here we go. Carter Mitchell, high-end player, high-end motor. Played a ton of games last year for the Outlaws and the Warriors out of Sherwood Park. Great pick. Can play offense, defense. And I do believe he is the brother of current Outlaw Regan Walker. So I'm getting the head nod from Carter Grace, so there is a connection there too. Real good pick by the Outlaws.
Yeah, and that might be the biggest surprise so far because a lot of people had him going in the top 2 or 3. So the Outlaws able to wait until 12 to get Carter Mitchell. He basically already has a season under his belt as he affiliated almost all year for the Outlaws and then a bit with the Warriors last year. So another guy that's going to have that experience going in and understand what the level of play is.
Looks like the Warriors going back-to-back picks here. I do believe Coach Vey handed 2 sheets of paper, so we will see. Yeah, Carter Mitchell, even when I was coaching the Crude there, we used him when he was a first year. Even he was playing games up, so the kid is the real deal. That is a very, very good pick by the Outlaws. If he doesn't stick with the junior A's, that's a very good pick.
The Warriors have selected Braden Crunwell from Sherwood Park Titans.
Braden Crunwell goes 13th overall to the Warriors. Sherwood Park Titan, left-handed offensive player. They continue their revamp of the front gate, Mo.
Yeah, and just to touch on Mitchell, just on, if you're unfamiliar with the player, he's a guy that's very shifty, very quick twitch type of player. Can get underneath, can get to the net, both on ball and off ball. Good stick. Maybe if you're an Outlaw coaching staff member, you want to see him become a bit better of a feeder. But in terms of that first step to the net, he's very good, very promising. And then Crunwell, obviously another Sherwood Park kid again. After Mitchell, back-to-back Sherwood Park kids go, and the Warriors continue to go to the Sherwood Park well.
Here, Outlaws are on the clock, and it looks like Coach Dean just handed the paper to Norm Shaw, so we will see where they go here.
That was part of the Liam Elliott trade because that was originally a Rebels pick here. So the Outlaws on the clock.
With the 14th overall pick, the Outlaws have selected Kaysen Brownlee from the Sherwood Park Titans.
Kaysen Brownlee, son of Coach Kevin Brownlee with the Outlaws. Very, very good value pick. Very, very good pick here for the Outlaws.
So, Garen, what's the book on Mr. Brownlee here? Is he a D guy?
No, offensive player. He stuck around Team Alberta last year, right-hander. Good add depth piece for them. Will fit in with Hildebrand and Wells, maybe Carter Mitchell and company. Another really good value pick for the Outlaws here. I like that pick a lot.
That's something the Outlaws really needed to address. Is they were always so short-staffed offensively, and then they had injuries with Grace and Porter, and it really took a hit depth-wise for them. It seems like they're always having to call guys up. So in this draft, to be able to address that and to supplement their core pieces like Hildebrand and Grace and Wells up front is going to be key for them.
Totally agree with you, Mo. Who's on the clock now? Warriors on the clock again?
I have originally, it's Crude or it's Outlaws? Okay, so
Outlaws are back on the clock.
There's been so many trades, folks, that some of these picks that I've written down have traded hands, so this is the Outlaws back on the clock. It was originally a Crude pick, but the Outlaws are on the clock. As a part of the Liam Elliott trade, the original Liam Elliott trade. So I want to take this time to thank everybody for tuning in on NetFront Sports. You're watching the 2026 Junior B entry draft here alongside Garen Schmerman, and we've got Eric Kraus and Keenan Kanda with us here doing our inaugural draft really with NetFront as we came over from Crow and rebranded. I want to thank everybody for being with us here tonight, a Friday night in February as we start to get closer and closer to the season. And it's been already an eventful night and an eventful week with all these trades happening. And again, if you missed it earlier, Liam Elliott got sent from the Crew to the Outlaws for a pair of first-round picks, and then the Outlaws turned around and sent him to the Rebels for a number of picks as well.
Okay, Outlaws are on the clock, Mo?
Yeah, Outlaws are on the clock. So the Outlaws, having just taken Brownlee, righty-o player, back on the clock here. And if you look at, the Crude are in an obvious rebuild, but if you look at the other three teams, the Outlaws are in the biggest need for players that can step in right now and supplement that roster. So we'll see which way they go here. I still think they need to add to their front gate. I don't know if you agree with that, Garen, but I think it's something that they really need to address. Like, I'll say this in general terms, and this isn't specific to the Outlaws. It's always harder to find O guys. You can kind of plug and play D guys, but it's always harder to find those O guys. So if there's a guy they like, they need to take him now because he probably won't be around in a few picks from now.
Yeah, I think we might see them go Liam Goulet here, a tall left-handed player out of the Warriors organization, could play OND. Very good skill on him.
Any relation to Mark Goulet?
I don't think so. It's spelled differently.
Okay.
Spelled differently. No relation to Mark Goulet.
Okay.
I expect Liam to go here extremely quick.
They're just taking their time with this pick.
The Outlaws have chosen Liam Goulet.
Yeah, you called it.
Spot on. Holy moly. Another one. I really, really like this pick for the Outlaws. He's going to, like Mo was saying, can play both ends of the floor. Extremely tall, lanky. Yeah, good ad for the Outlaws. I like it.
Dean Casey is no small character. He's making Dean look short. So he's got reach. He's got basketball type reach, to be honest with you. He's going to be a menace both offensively and defensively, and it makes a big difference. Like when you have that extra little bit of reach on loose balls, getting your stick in the way it passes, it's a real tool. It's a real asset. So
he's quite a bit taller than Austin Wells and Carter Grace, who was up with the photo. So add some sight there just for reference. Warriors are on the clock.
Another lefty O too, as that continues to be a theme in this draft. Each team adding, especially the Warriors, a number of lefty O pieces.
Yeah, Goulet's a really, really nice pick there for the Outlaws, Mo. I really like that.
Yeah, we were talking about it. You need those O pieces. They're always harder to find, and so that's a great ad for the Outlaws, especially that kind of size.
Yeah.
Like, what is he? Yeah, he's probably easily
6'4". Yeah, 6'4".
6'3", 6'4", yeah.
And he's got a good stick on him too. So.
Yeah.
With the 16th overall pick, the Warriors have chosen Miller Beck from St. Albert.
16th overall, Miller Beck from the St. Albert Rams. Tall defender. Will fit in good with everything the Warriors are adding. Good ad here, some size out the back that they were kind of lacking last year. Another big body. Looks to be about 6'3", 6'4", eh, Mo?
Yeah. No, it's a very nice luxury to be able to really address every single area of your team when you have this number of picks. They started out with the goalie, then they went on a bit of a lefty O run, and now they're supplementing the D.
The back end.
Yeah.
I'm getting confirmation here from one Dawson Nielsen that it is Liam Gillet, like the Razor Company.
Okay.
So I said it wrong. Okay. Thank you, Dawson.
Thanks, Dawson. Best a man can get, right, buddy? French version? The one and only Dawson Nielsen from the Loose Mesh Pod. Thank you for that, buddy. Shout out to you and Uncle Frick.
Warriors look to be on the clock. Coach Vadiep and Owen Williams are heading up there. Here we go. Let's see where they go with this pick.
With the 17th overall pick, the Warriors have selected Dylan Decker from the Edmonton Warriors.
Dylan Decker goes 17th overall from the Edmonton Warriors. Left-handed transition player here. Good pick. Runs the floor really well. Good athlete. Decent size too. Another to add some size out the back gate. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, no, I don't have too much familiarity with this player. I know that I reffed with his dad. And I recall him saying that he grew up playing a lot for Paul Rye. So Paul's a guy that's been in the game for a very long time. I'm sure that he's had some good coaching growing up. I believe he's a D guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
D left-hander.
Yeah, so I mean, he's another guy. He's going to add athleticism, from what I recall, from what I've heard of the player. And you can't go wrong when you can add another athlete to your roster.
And another homegrown Warriors kid. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's a good
Yeah.
good ad for them.
Yeah.
How many picks have the Warriors made so far? Do we know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
10 picks of the first 16. They are dominating the draft.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't think we've been covering this draft this is the fourth or fifth year. Fourth year? Fourth year, and I've never seen a team have anywhere close to this number of picks in the top 20. Not even close. So it's actually pretty amazing that they were able to stockpile this many picks in the same draft. So good job by their management team. And if you're not familiar with the organization, they did go to back-to-back Founders Cups in 2023 and 2024. Or sorry, in 2022 and 2023.
Yeah.
And they got the bronze, fell a bit short in 2022 in Brampton, and then were able to win it all in Port Coquitlam, BC in 2023. And then were taken out by the Rebels in 2024 right before the provincials. And then had a mass exodus, a bunch of graduating players, and last year were 1-19, and now they're trying to rebound. And all of a sudden, stockpiling this kind of young talent, they're going to be set up, I think, to contend again in the North.
Rebels are on the clock. Rebels are on the clock.
The 18th overall pick. The Rebels have selected Liam James from St. Albert Rams.
Liam James from the St. Albert Rams, left-hander, physical, extremely chippy, two-way player, is going to fit that Rebels mold. He's going to be a favorite of Coach Darren Bray.
Any relation, Garen, to the James that was on the Crude?
Yeah, I coached his brother Dawson there for 1 or 2 years. Liam's very skilled, plays a lot of lacrosse all the time, a lot of traveling for it. Can play both ends of the floor, and that is an extremely good value pick for the Rebs. I know he was picked, I do believe, 8th overall for the minors. That's another really good ad for the Rebs.
I think you hit it on the head, being able to play both ends of the floor, because that's really the Rebels' identity. They usually have a bunch of guys that can do that for them, kind of jackknife type players. So it looks like they're continuing with some of those patterns that they always draft upon. You know, guys either from Fort Saskatchewan, guys that can play sort of both ends of the floor, and they do that again with James.
The 19th overall pick. The Warriors have selected Dean Russell from Sherwood Park Titans.
Dean Russell, Sherwood Park Titans, is going to the Edmonton Warriors.
Again, Garen, another Sherwood Park kid. I've seen it so many times with the Warriors going back maybe as many as 7, 8 seasons.
Very thick kid, eh?
Yeah,
hey, Mo?
yeah, he's built. He looks like he hits the bench press pretty strong.
Yeah, this is the. I don't know much about him. I'm gonna probably a defender.
I think he's gonna grow into just by looking at him, he's gonna really fill out. He's already filled out, but I can imagine by year 5, he's gonna be a very physical defender. It's gonna be hard to deal with.
Yeah. So Outlaws are on the clock. So I'll just give an update, I guess, for everyone at the draft table. It looks like Kevin Parker, Darren Beret, manager Dave McGarva, coach Corey Takahara, and coach Miller Scrimshaw for the Rebs, manager Steve Baker, Kevin Brownlee, coach, Dean Casey, coach, Kim Ellis, coach, as well as Carter Grace, Regan Walker, Austin Wells, Josh Booth, and Kai Ellis for the Warriors. Looks like Coach Vay Diep, Coach Owen Williams, Coach Brendan Onofrychuk, longtime GM Tony Materi, and at the crew table, Andrew McCormick, head coach, Braden Hackett, one of their newly acquired players, Tier 2 head coach Grayson Seibel, and Rick Runyons from the Crude Lacrosse Club. Crude are on the clock in a couple picks here. Outlaws right now. We're currently on pick 20.
The Outlaws handing in their pick, it looks like. And anybody who doesn't know, Guerin has spent the last, 3 seasons with the coaching? Four
Last
seasons?
4, yeah, since 22.
With the Crude. So he has pretty intimate knowledge about a lot of how these teams like to draft, like to operate. A lot of these kids he would have coached. So I want to thank him for joining the NetFront team. A lot of insight, and thanks for joining us, Guerin.
The Outlaws have selected Quade Manning from Sherwood Park Titans.
Quade Manning, Sherwood Park Titans, goes 20th overall to the Beaumont Outlaws.
So this would have been part, I believe, of the Liam Elliott swap because this was originally a Rebels pick. Any relation to the Manning?
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Because there is Tyler Manning on the Rebels. I'm not sure if if Quade is related to him or not.
I'm really not sure. My dad actually, when I was a kid, played with some of the Mannings on the Outlaws senior B team. But I really can't tell you if he's related to Tyler or not.
Warriors, Crude, Rebels. Warriors are on deck.
Warriors are up. Then we got back-to-back St. Albert Crude picks.
It feels like the Crude haven't even been part of this draft, Guerin.
No, they have fully committed to tearing it down, and they have acquired picks for the next couple of years, a handful of picks. So.
Purposely pushed it over a couple of years.
Yeah.
The 21st overall pick of the Warriors, Brody Borostic from Sherwood Park Titans.
Brody Borostic, Sherwood Park Titans, goes to the Warriors at 21. Some more size out the back 8-mo.
Yeah, and again, a Sherwood Park kid. I think Vay must just have a couple of scouts in Sherwood Park and just says, you know what, that's all I need.
Yeah, I think maybe with the last name Royer.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of guys that spent some time in the organization over the years, and that's paying dividends now, even though they're well past their time with the team as players. I think Joe's supposed to be helping coach this year.
Yeah, he is listed on their website. Harry Willis, president of the Tier 2 Titans, has texted me. This is the cousin of Tyler Manning.
Okay.
That was picked, the cousin.
Okay, so because there's a number of Mannings, so I figured there's probably a relation there.
Oh, the Crude are on the clock, and they've got 2 jerseys. I think they'll just make their back-to-back picks. Here we go. Oh, three jerseys. Do they have 3 picks?
I have them down for 2, but there's been some trades, so it's possible that they'd be drafting 3 in a row. But I have them down for the next 2.
No, they put one back.
Yeah.
We could see them go some St. Albert, some hometown flair here.
The 22nd overall pick from the Crude, Ewan McCormick, Sherwood Park Titans.
Ewan McCormick, he is the son of new head coach Andrew McCormick for the Crude Lacrosse Club. I do believe he is a left-handed offensive player. A decent size there. Looks to be about 6 feet tall, maybe 5'11". I have him down as a left-hander.
I think I have him as a lefty too.
And the Crude are back on the clock. They also traded for Cade McCormick. Sorry.
By the Crude is Liam Capella from the Sherwood Park Titans.
Liam Capella from the Sherwood Park Titans, goalie, midget A goalie for the Titans last year. So they're sticking with the Titans flair with their new coach Andrew McCormick. Capella.
I was just going to say, Guerin, I believe Capella was a backup for the junior A minors when they were in real desperate need. Last year.
I think he had a stint up there with them. Capella's a very reactionary goalie. I've watched him lots. Moves well. It was. They're sticking with the Titans. They've made 3 or 4 picks now, and they've all been Titans boys, I do believe.
Yeah, McCormick coming from Sherwood Park, so it's no surprise that he's going to the Sherwood Park well as well. I didn't mean to say as well twice in a row there, but and it looks like the Rebels are now on the clock.
Quick shout out, my old water boy equipment manager Brett Gabriel is in the chat. Brettsky, we see ya.
Yeah, Brett.
Bretsky. Rebels are on the clock.
And I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you a lot of stories about Ryan McNish. Brett Gabriel, he loves Ryan McNish.
Yeah,
He'll tell you all about him.
Yeah, huge fan of...
Former Roughneck.
24th overall pick. The Rebels have selected Declan Britton from the Sherwood Park Titans.
Declan Britton from the Sherwood Park Titans is going to the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Decent-sized kid. I actually seen him. I help out with the Rams Monday nights, and he was at a drop in there. Decent-sized, good hands on the kid, actually. He'll good depth pick. I do believe he is a righty. I do believe.
Okay. And what do you see him going out the front gate or the back gate?
Probably the back gate.
Okay.
Probably the back gate to start at least, and could develop.
Kind of almost built in the mold of a Despins. He's got that body type.
Yes.
Yeah, who was very good for them last year. He'll be returning. I think Despins has one more year. I think?
This is his last year, I do believe. Knox Despins.
Yeah.
He was a free agent acquisition last year for the Rebels out of the Sherwood Park organization. I do know that all 4 Tier 1 teams are after him too, and he was a good addition for the Rebs. Warriors are on the clock. Shout out to everyone watching on the NetFront YouTube channel.
The Warriors have selected Corbin Lentz from the Edmonton Warriors.
Corbin Lentz from the Edmonton Warriors, brother of current Edmonton Warrior Dylan Lentz, a defender, I do believe, out of the Leduc Crush organization. Lots of size on him again, Mo. They're really beefing up the back gate.
Yeah, it looks like they've targeted the same type of body type out the back gate, long, lanky, and which is, much like in basketball, it's a big asset. You can get in those lanes, the shooting lanes, passing lanes, gives you an edge on loose balls, able to box out. It's a good job by the Warriors as they add another lens to the team. And the two brothers look like they're going to be able to play with one another. Outlaws, I believe, are on the clock here, Garen, as we move our way through this draft. What do you think they're going to do here? Do you think that they maybe try to go back eight now with the last couple of picks that they addressed out the front?
Yeah, you're right. They have drafted a lot of O guys, so we will see what Coach Dean Casey walking up with the paper.
Especially if the rumors are true that they're losing Jacob Gaudreau, who's been probably their best defender over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
They're going to have to try to beef that area of the floor back up. I don't know. Do you expect Poulsen to go back up to A, or do you think they'll have him this year? Wyatt Poulsen out the back for the Outlaws.
The Outlaws go Wyatt Schmidt here.
Poulsen?
No, Wyatt Schmidt doesn't look to be here at the draft.
Yeah, I don't think he's here. I don't have too much on him, actually, Garen.
Wyatt Paulson, sorry, Mo. He ended up playing in the playoffs with the Outlaws.
Yeah.
I do believe there's a chance we see him back with the Miners, but we'll see how training camp goes.
Yeah, got to look on that John Lynch depth chart, see where he's at.
So.
The ever-changing depth chart as they try to fill out their roster. And they actually have announced a couple of big signings of late, one of them being Grayson Amundsen.
Out of the Mavs.
The Mavericks stand out. If you're watching from Central Alberta, great player, big fan of his game. So multi-dimensional, great transition player. And if you're out watching Junior A this year, watch out for him. I think he's going to make a big difference for that team.
Crude are on the clock. Looks like they're going back-to-back picks. We will see where they go. New acquisition, Braden Hackett, is up there with Tier 2 coach Grayson Seibel and Tier 1 coach Andrew McCormick.
Ethan Mitchell from Sherwood Park Titans.
Ethan Mitchell, Sherwood Park Titans. We might as well call him the Sherwood Park Crude.
It's amazing. Both the Warriors and the Crude have really delved into the Sherwood Park system here in this draft.
They're gonna need a Dodge minivan to travel the Henday.
Yeah, some of them
pack
going
it in.
south, some of them going north to St. Albert. But so let me ask you this: Is Mitchell related to Carter at all, or just coincidence?
I think just coincidence.
Coincidence, okay. Because
Coincidence.
both out of Sherwood Park, same last name. I wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, I am actually very surprised that the Crude have not went to St. Albert yet, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I think we should probably see it here soon.
Where's
Selected Lucas Evans.
Lucas Evans from St. Albert. There you go.
There you go. The clairvoyant one speaks out again. So I'm going to ask you, Garen, is James that went to the Rebels, is he from St. Albert or the north side?
St. Albert.
Okay.
St.
So
Albert.
that would have made some sense, right?
It would have. That was.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I do agree with you there. Lucas Evans here, left-hander, offense, played for the A team out of St. Albert. I do believe the North, whatever they are called.
And in this round, it is Warriors Outlaws Crude.
Lucas Evans will be a good fit out that front gate. He's very shifty, like a water bug. He's gonna.
That's a good description. Kind of like, that's how I would also describe Carter Mitchell. Very fat, like quick twitch type player. So if he's broken out of that same mold, he's going to have a future because those guys are hard to find.
Harry Willis says there is no relation to Carter Mitchell.
Thanks, Harry. Longtime supporter of the.
The Edmonton Warriors are going with goaltender Matthew Pringle.
Matthew Pringle goes to the Warriors. I believe he's either a Leduc kid or a Warrior kid. I think he's Warrior kid.
I think he's he's out of Leduc. You're right.
Okay.
So that's that'll be another goalie to add to their system.
Yeah.
I know lots of people had Pringle as the second-ranked goalie in this draft.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Outlaws are on the clock.
Good ad for the Warriors.
Yeah, especially because from what I know, Ava Pinch, who was one of the netminders for the Warriors last year, is staying home in Lakeland. So they needed to find another goaltender, and they do so with Matthew Pringle. He'll join Bialik between the pipes for the Warriors. I wanted to take the time to shout out anybody who's watching on the broadcast. Thanks for anytime we have a question for you, you've been there to answer. Like guys like Dawson, Harry Willis, everybody else, Terry Doken, I know has been tuning in.
Brett Gabriel.
Brett Gabriel. Yeah, you got to get him in there. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And everybody, it's been a pretty good night here so far. A lot of big turnout, a lot of kids here, a lot of parents, a lot of family members, and big night for these guys. And thanks for joining in on the broadcast to help celebrate it with them. So I believe, if my list is correct, it's the Outlaws on the clock, Garen.
Are we on? We might be on a break. There was a break at some point.
Okay.
Three more picks, and we are on a break. Okay, we will try to bring you an interview at the break there, or we will go over more in depth with all the trades that have happened lately. Outlaws, or Kai Ellis is making their pick for the Outlaws here. We'll see where they go.
Also got a shout out Norm Shaw, who's the senior B commissioner, here filling in for Ian Stewart, who's the junior B commissioner. Norm taking the reins of this draft, organizing everything up front and calling the teams up and announcing some of these picks.
The Outlaws have selected Aaron McCalla from the Edmonton Warriors.
Aaron McCalla from the Edmonton Warriors goes to the Outlaws here.
I wish I had more to give you on that pick, but I do not familiar with the player.
Neither am I, Mo. Crude are on the clock. We will see if they go back to Sherwood Park or St. Albert, or they surprise us and go somewhere else.
If anybody has any information on that pick, feel free to hit us up in the chat. We are always wanting to engage with the viewers. And we're not hitting we're not hitting games yet. But if you have any thoughts, breakdowns, predictions on what we're about to see this summer, feel free to chime in. Whose draft have you liked? Whose draft have you not liked so much? Tell us right on YouTube.com on the NetFront page.
Braden Hackett is on his way up with the Crude selection.
Hackett, as we mentioned, coming over from the Rebels in that trade involving Tompkins and company. Nick Apillo also being sent with the
Kale Owen coming back to the Crude.
Yeah, that's a nice ad for the Crude.
St. Albert kid, too.
Yeah, Kale Owen he's got experience. He's played 3 years now with the Rebels off and on. Has been a big-time producer in Tier 2. He's played in the provincials with the Rebels, so it's a nice ad for the Crude.
31st overall pick, the Crude of pick Owen Herr.
They go back to Sherwood Park. Owen Hare. He is a thick he's a left-hander. Thick body size. Pretty good value pick here, actually, Mo. I've seen him play a bit. He played in the minors 4-on-4. Good ad, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just looking at him like don't get me wrong, he's a thicker build.
Yeah.
But he just kind of reminds me of Luke Bowen, just in that he looks kind of like him.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Shout out Luke Bowen.
Yeah, Luke Bowen has just made his way into senior. After
Senior Outlaws.
Career, great career with the Junior A minors. We'll see where he goes. Or sorry, yeah, you're right.
He's a senior outlaw.
That's right. They're trying to trade for him. He's a senior outlaw. The minors are trying to trade for him. We'll see where his career takes him. He might be going to the coast to play some Senior A ball before he figures out what his Senior B situation is. But the body type reminds me.
Coach
of
Miller
Bowen.
Scrimshaw is up for the Rebels pick. We will see where they go. Is there any more? Maybe they go back to the fort.
Now he's going to be joined by
The
Coach
rest of the-
Takahara, who comes back down from the minors. He spent a couple years there.
The Rebels have selected Ryder Harrison from Sherwood Park.
Ryder Harrison out of the park. This kid is legit, Mo. This kid is legit. Left-hander, offense. Brother Blake is on the minors. This kid is legit.
Yeah, I think he's a lacrosse lifer. He's a guy that's, I think his number one sport always has been lacrosse. I know that I coached against his brother in minor lacrosse. If he's anything like his brother Blake, he's going to be one hell of a player. Dad, great guy.
Dad, Brad Harrison,
on the
Oilers equipment
bench.
manager. Yeah.
I've gotten to know him over the years a little bit.
Mom Jen Harrison, the new manager of the minors.
Yeah. So anybody from unfamiliar, Ryder probably would have been the first pick in this draft, but he's likely to make A. So that's why you're seeing him take.
I don't think we're going to see him in the fort this year.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see him in the fort, but you never know.
I would say 99% chance he's playing A, but Rebels say, hey, he's still available. We'll take him just in case.
Yeah.
Everybody has their 10 minutes left, and the 9th round will be Warriors, Outlaws, Crude, Rebels.
Anytime, Garen, I have to laugh because every time the Oilers are on and they show their bench, I'm like, hey, it's Brad. So that's that when I saw Ryder get drafted, that's the first thing I thought it was Brad on the Oilers bench.
We got Bryce in the chat here. Bryce Schmerman, one of the brother of mine, coach of the Crew too. He said hopefully the Crew get a good deal on silent rides. Gonna haul all those Short Park kids down the Henday.
Attaboy, Bryce. It's a good point by Bryce. Always has brings the comedic value. Thanks, Bryce, for that. I wonder if is Bryce, Garen, you know better than anybody. Is Bryce going to play some Senior C this year?
I do think we'll see Bryce in the Senior C circuit.
I love it. Maybe Dawson and Bryce will go at it in a fight.
Or on the same team. Can you imagine those two? Holy moly.
That Keenan, put that up in the chat. Put a poll up. Who wins a fight, Dawson or Bryce?
Oh, Lord. Warriors are on the clock here.
Actually, I don't know.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, no, you should put that up. I was told that there's a couple of guys on X off the Mountaineers on a burner that want to fight Dawson. They said they're going to peel him. I said Dawson didn't even play for the Outlaws last year. I don't know how that's possible.
Warriors.
Outlaws are on the clock.
Outlaws are on the clock.
Yeah, the Warriors just selected somebody else. Sorry for that. We just missed that pick, but the Outlaws are on the clock. These guys distracting us in the chat. Big night, though, Garen, for Sherwood Park Minor Lacrosse, man. It seems like they've sponsored this draft with how many guys have gone out of the Sherwood Park program.
Yeah. Yeah. Who is on the clock here?
It's the Outlaws, I think. Unless that's changed, but I believe it's the Outlaws.
Loose Mesh Pod says they are definitely not playing Senior C.
Oh. Well, if it's Senior B, then he better get ready to fight those Mountaineer guys.
Fourth overall pick, the Outlaws have selected Rhett McIsaac from the Sherwood Park Titans.
The Outlaws go Rhett McIsaac from the Sherwood Park Titans. Big applause for this guy. Seems to be a fan favorite in the building here.
Another big kid.
Yeah, just more size. Pretty similar height to Kai Ellis, who's a big defender for the Outlaws.
They almost look like they could be brothers, to be honest with you.
They do. They do.
Same hair, same build.
A bit younger version of Dean Casey.
Yeah, there you
Kind
go.
of looks like it, eh?
Yeah. Those could be Dean's sons.
Crude, you're on the clock.
The Crude are on the clock. We will see if my money's on them going back to Sherwood Park.
Yeah, McCormick with that obvious connection to the park. As Keenan pulls up some Tier 2 standings here, what are we looking at, boys?
Okay, where Braden Hackett is going up. I do believe Hackett is a right-hander, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a righty. He's going to be running that Crude right side this year.
Yeah.
He's grabbing a jersey. Oh, he's not grabbing a jersey.
He thought about it. I don't know if they're still contemplating. I don't know if they're...
But they handed some paper in.
Maybe they're... I was going to say maybe there's a trade, but I don't think so. Not at this point. I don't know what kind of...
I do believe that number 12 jersey, though, that he grabbed, I see it, formerly worn by Noah Reich, one of the highest-end... Oh, okay, sorry.
Selected Logan Skaney from Lakeland Heat.
The Crude go Lakeland Heat. Logan Skanky. I do believe this is a goaltender.
I think it's Skaney. I don't...
Skaney, sorry.
Yeah, not Skanky.
I do believe this is a goal. He is, yeah, big goalie. He was at the combine. Yeah. Kevin Parker of the Rebels says he has a nice head of hair on him. Maybe he can lend some of that to me and Kevin. We could use that. This goalie, if he really impressed at the combine, actually, Mo.
Okay.
If he plays, that is a good pick.
Okay.
By the Rebels there.
I think Kevin was motioning that he's a big guy.
He is. He's huge.
Yeah. How much? What would you ballpark?
Keenan's telling me something, but I'm not picking up on it. The Crude's pick, isn't that what I said? Rebel. Oh, Crude's pick, a goaltender. Sorry, we've got lots going on here. The Rebels are going back up.
Now the Rebels are on the clock. So big kid. How much? What would you ballpark his weight at and his height?
250 probably. He
Okay.
Very similar build to Alex Swan, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar to build to Alex Swan.
Anybody unfamiliar with Alex Swan, the longtime Maverick goaltender, who's also a big kid, as we got the Rebels on the clock. And
Rebels are on the
Garrett
clock.
Beret looks really excited to make this pick.
The Rebels have selected Kai Levesque from the Seattle.
Kai Levesque, a kid out of St. Albert. My dad actually grew up with his dad. I know that connection. He's a feisty little guy. I will say that he's a feisty little guy. I know him. He's got another set of good hair on the Kevin Parker's motioning that. Another good head of hair on him.
The Rebels are focusing on the good genes right now. They're getting the guys with the hair,
Fort
the
kid.
height.
It's a Fort kid. Kai Levesque out of Fort Saskatchewan.
Another Fort kid. They're focusing on the hair, the height, the size, and the local kids.
Crude Rebels.
10th round, we're going crude Rebels. We're going to see an influx of crude picks here, everyone. Get ready.
Not CCR, CCCR.
We've got people in the chat. Crude motto this year, ABSA, anywhere but St. Albert. So we'll see if where they lean towards.
We were talking about that earlier. Like, I was really surprised they did not go with James, especially, like, you're more familiar with the player, but with your evaluation of him,
they should have taken him. They should have taken him.
Yeah.
I do agree with you there.
Looks like I've never seen the guy play. I mean, maybe I have, but I wasn't familiar with who he was. But he just looks like a good player.
Yes,
like, he looks like
and he's
well
gritty.
Put together.
He's gritty, man.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got
Crude getting ready for 3 picks in a row here.
Yeah.
As new GM, I guess you would call him, Rick Runyons, tosses some papers over.
Yeah.
For the time being, anyway, he's the GM.
For Brandon McNally's asking, the Crew drafted 3 goalies. No, I do believe they drafted 2. Liam Capella out of Sherwood Park, and then Swanky out of Cold Lake.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be room.
I have a feeling that McNally's going to be playing on that team this year.
Brandon McNally?
Team. Yeah.
Yeah, he might get some games with the Crew. There's 2 of them. There's actually Josh McNally, who's also a goalie.
Okay.
We might see both of them in.
Yeah, I would assume Brandon for sure. We'll see some time there. Yeah.
I do believe Brandon. He lots of points in the Tier 2 circuit last year.
Yeah,
so
another big kid.
He was a good. If Rick Runyons can manage to sign him, that's a good pickup.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially with the current state of the roster, I think that's a good add.
With the 37th overall pick, the Crew have selected Michael Baraneski from Parkland Posse.
Michael Baraneski from Parkland Posse to the Crew.
I do know this kid has some Tier 2 experience, getting called up in the past. He plays with energy. He's a back gate guy. He could be a guy that they could rely on loose balls, maybe play some short man. Not the biggest kid, but he's another one of those guys with a really good work ethic that I think could have a Tier 1 future.
The 38th overall
Nice.
pick, the Crew have selected Zachary Kuhn from Sherwood Park Titans.
Zachary Kuhn, Sherwood Park Titans, goes to the Crew as well.
We're starting to get pretty deep here now, folks, in this draft. I don't know if you have any book on Kuhn, Garen. I don't.
I do not either. I don't either.
What was that, pick 38?
Yes.
Yeah, but usually not, no. Actually, that's not true. There's usually some, but. So what, we got the Crew with their 3rd consecutive pick being made right now as they kind of deliberate at their table. Again, the Crew are going to have a lot of picks in the top portion of the next 2 drafts, not this one. They didn't pick until, 14th, 13th, 14th, and then they didn't pick again for another couple of rounds. So this draft was going to always be tough for them, but you'll see them have some ammo and some assets built up over the next couple of drafts, and they're going to need it. Crew taking their time with this 3rd pick. They must be deciding between a couple of guys right now, although at this point I don't really know what the hang-up would be.
Looking for some more Sherwood Park kids, maybe. If there's any
maybe-
left on the list.
Maybe they're scouring Millennium Place. They got some surveillance on the arena. Maybe they're
The
seeing
ghost
who's
of the
playing.
Friday night drop-ins
Yeah,
at Millennium.
yeah, those were legendary runs.
Was Sean Reed ever out at those?
Oh, he loved those. That's where he shone. Him and I shone there. We
Sean-
would go at it, him and I and Turtle, and there was a lot of very legendary players that would go out to those.
I'm a huge fan of Sean Reed.
Sean Reed's a good guy, great ref. I hope he's tuning into this draft.
He is. He's
okay.
He's in. You'll see after.
I played junior A with Sean. I love the guy. He's a lacrosse.
He was
he's
an
another
Eclipse.
lacrosse.
Was he
yes,
an Eclipse guy?
Yeah, he's a lacrosse lifer. Now a very good ref.
Okay, the Crude are on the clock.
I'm waiting for his kids to start playing. I don't know if they have. I think they have already. I think they've
Maybe,
started
I don't
playing.
know. But he'll be around coaching then for sure.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to get into coaching actually.
Then he'll be yelling at the refs.
Yeah, that's not his style.
No.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, I can't see him doing that.
Overall pick, the Crude have selected Riley Carter from St. Albert Rams.
Riley Carter, St. Albert Rams.
They finally go to St. Albert here, Garen.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
St. Albert kid here. Good size on him.
Yeah.
Good size on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going in for the photo here with McCormick and Hackett.
Braden Hackett, new
I don't
Crude
know,
acquisition.
I'm thinking Braden Hackett might get the C this year, buddy.
Yeah, he's up here. Maybe Braden Hackett will be wearing the captain, the C for the Crude.
Yeah.
They've got to replace Josh Fawchuk. Graduated.
Right.
He was the C last year.
I wonder if he's tuning in tonight.
Yeah, I don't. Is Josh Fawchuk in the chat? I'm not. Oh, yeah, he's in the chat. I see him.
Shout out to Josh.
First overall pick in the Senior B draft.
Yeah. He's getting that hot stick prepped up to get going out in the fort. He's gonna he's gonna be the new JRC king.
Josh Fawchuk.
I know Terry was saying he's getting ready to go out and watch him a lot this year.
Josh Fawchuk, Fort Saskatchewan king.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Coach Darren Bray and Miller Scrimshaw going up. Rebs pick.
Oh, here.
That I was just gonna tell. I like the pick here for the Rebels. Darren just showed us their list.
I couldn't read the writing. What was it?
Davin Jenner out of Beaumont.
Davin Jenner.
Broke that trade first. You heard it from me first.
Don't give the Loose Mesh Pod credit for that. That was NetFront.
That's a good pick by the Fort here.
That was NetFront. Breaking it to you right in St. Albert.
Source
unknown.
Source is Darren Bray.
Hey, we don't reveal our sources.
This is Davin Jenner is a very good player. He is right at the top of the scoring ranks in the midget B division.
Is he from the Fort?
No, he's from Beaumont.
Okay.
He's from Beaumont. It's a really good pick by the Rebels, though. I like this kid. I like this kid a lot.
Pick. That's where these are the types of picks that often make a big difference in the draft when you can find those guys that not everybody's aware of.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he will play Tier 1 at some point. I really like this kid a lot.
Good pick.
So, it's
maybe a diamond in the rough found here by the Rebels.
Very good pick.
Then the Outlaws, then the Crude, then the Rebels. Crude, you're on the clock.
Crude on the clock. Garen, I gotta say, I really like the Warriors going back to red. It's a look that they haven't had in a while, and I just think it looks better. I
agree.
Fresh new look for a new team with a lot of young players on it. I think it's a good time to change the look. Jersey game overall is pretty good in the Tier 1 division.
I really like the jerseys here. I'm partial to the Crew jerseys. I had a big hand in designing them, actually. Yeah. I like the Crew jerseys.
I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of the gray. I like the purple. I like the purple, but the Crew jerseys are nice. I like them.
Yeah, there's. I like new Warriors red, nice jerseys. Outlaws always have some. I like the navy blue.
Yeah,
and,
the blue. The Outlaws is nice.
Yeah,
and Rebels. Good. The Rebels they got that just the clean look. I really like the Rebels whites.
What?
The Rebels whites are really fresh.
Yeah, and the Outlaws whites are real nice too.
Yeah,
I know people are big fans of those.
With the 41st overall pick, the Crew have selected Cortland Holtz from Sherwood Park Titans.
Cortland Holtz, Sherwood Park Titans.
Outlaws, you are on the clock.
Now we go to the Outlaws, who are back on the clock as we get into the mid-40s here.
Head coach Dean Casey goes up.
As Dean Casey has some discussions with the Warriors table.
42nd overall pick, the Outlaws have selected Ryder McKibben from Edmonton Warriors.
Ryder McKibben from the Edmonton Warriors goes
To the Outlaws, correct?
to the Outlaws, yeah.
Cruz, you're on the clock.
Unless he's grown, Garen, and I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he's a smaller guy.
I'm not sure.
From what I remember of seeing him in minor lacrosse, he's a bit of a smaller player, but very gritty, not afraid to go to the middle of the floor and to the tough areas of the floor. I do think at some point he could be a Tier 1 player.
Nice.
And I believe he's a Warrior kid.
Jacob Vetter is sorry he couldn't be at the draft. He is playing football in Mexico, and he thanks the Warriors for selecting him. That is in the chat.
Wow, football, like football as in soccer or football?
I'm not sure.
Just because it's in Mexico, it has me thinking about
The
soccer.
Crude, here go Jordan Funk, hometown kid. The Funkster, the Funkasaurus. They're going to love this kid.
Oh, you know this guy, hey?
I know this guy, the Funkster. He, face-off guy at the combine.
Don't mess that nickname up, though.
No, the Funkster.
Yeah, he looks like he could have a little bit of Bryce Schmerman in him, eh? He looks like he could be another little Bryce.
A little Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he'll have a hell of a career if he turns out to have the success Bryce had, but
Yeah.
he just looks, I don't know, he's got a vibe to him about that reminds me of Bryce. I can't explain why.
I like this pick for the Crude.
D guy, I'm assuming.
I think he's a D guy, yeah. He is the draw guy. He was the draw guy at the combine.
What is he like is he like the milkman?
Like a Fogo, yes.
He's the milkman in Buffalo.
Connor Farrell from the Buffalo Bandits, comparable.
Okay, there we go. There's a comparable for you, all you draft nerds out there. He's the milkman in Buffalo, Connor Farrell.
The Loose Mesh Pod says that was Garen's favorite player at the combine. I do. The Funkster was, he's a big deal, man. I'm telling you. The kid loves the game. He travels everywhere, goes to all the drop-ins, does whatever he can playing lacrosse. I give him credit.
Oh, that's good. Well, I think a guy like that, there's a lot of room for players like that. He's probably a guy that's going to improve over the next couple of years. Maybe he could get a regular spot. Maybe actually with the way the Crude are and their state of their roster, he might have to play right away.
He might make it this year.
Yeah, he could.
Like I said, he's got decent size on him. I don't know how many guys the Crude are going to be returning, Mo. Not too many. There's not too many left.
I think less than 5 is probably the number.
I think we'll set the over-under at 2.5, and I might take the under.
Okay, Dawson, Loose Mesh, can you put that on Cool Bet? Can you bet the over-under of returning players of the Crude?
I think the Rebels might be going Thomas Anderson here, maybe. Not sure where he's from.
We got leaks going on. We got
Warriors.
All these
Thomas Anderson Warriors.
Thomas Anderson.
44th overall pick, the Rebels have selected Thomas Anderson from the Edmonton Warriors.
There you go.
There you go. Thomas Anderson. Rebels go to the Warriors organization, South Edmonton. Want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to the 2026 Junior B entry draft as we get set for what should be another interesting year of Junior B lacrosse action. And as we were talking about earlier, the Warriors able to collect a gallon of talent early in this draft with a bunch of picks. Rebels making a couple of key trades to stockpile there and really kind of revamp their offensive side of the floor, or front gate. Outlaws making a couple of good picks, especially on the lefty O side, and the Crude, who didn't have very many picks in the top part of the draft, trying to fill out their roster. As I said, they're going to have a number of high-end draft picks in the next couple of drafts, but not in this one in particular. And if you missed going first overall was Charlie Graham. They'll recap the top 5 for you. Warriors went Charlie Graham, the big goaltender out of St. Albert. Eric Radinsky, the local kid, goes to the Fort. Michael Warwa, I apologize if it's a very hard name to pronounce, but he goes 3rd overall, the lefty O to the Warriors. Owen Morrow, D-kid, very athletic, goes to the Warriors 4th overall. And Sam Hilkowicz, Lefty O, fifth, also to the Warriors. That was your top 5. As we now sit in the high 40s, I believe.
Yeah, I think we go Crude Outlaws, from what I understand here.
I believe so as well.
The Crude are on the clock, and they are deliberating, so we will see where they go with this pick.
Out-of-town scoreboard update. It's Vancouver Warriors up on the Buffalo Bandits by a score of 4-1 late in the first.
I love those Vancouver, man. That's my team. I like them.
Yeah, he's this big Curtis Dixon and Molosky fan over here.
I do. I have Kurt, Mouse, and I do like Superman, Curtis Dixon. Great follow on Twitter, too. Great follow on Twitter for anyone listening.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense that you would like Vancouver with your Todd Lorenz connections.
True that.
And then
shout out Todd Lorenz. He was listening. He texted me.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in, Todd.
CLA Hall of Famer.
Longtime minors coach, both at the junior and senior level.
Yeah.
Ex-New Westminster Salmon Belly, Man Cup winner.
The Crude have selected Dallin Sedlak from St. Albert Rams.
The Crude go Dallin Sedlak from the St. Albert Rams here. St. Albert Rams pick going to the Crude. Outlaws are on the clock.
And earlier tonight also on the out-of-town scoreboard, it was Toronto getting a big win at home against the Colorado Mammoth as underdogs, 13-9. So if you got in on the action there on CoolBet,
Did you say the Mammoth lost?
Yes, they did, 13-9.
Oh, jeez.
Did you have a play on them or what?
No, but
okay.
I like Colorado. They were hot, too.
Colorado's a good team. Big win for Toronto.
The Loose Mesh Pod is calling me a bandwagon. I've always been a Vancouver Warriors fan.
The top 4, it's pretty clear to me there's a big separation in that league right now, and I think the top 4, Loose Mesh Pod can debate me on this, but you got to go Saskatchewan, Georgia, Vancouver, and Colorado. Those are your top 4, I think, in the league right now, and then everybody else is chasing.
Leduc Crush says he is from Leduc. I don't know who we're referring to in the chat.
Yeah, try to, if you can, confirm who you're talking about, and we'll correct it on live air here.
Crude are on the clock. Here we go.
Crude coming back up.
Dalen Stack is from Leduc.
Dalen Stack from Leduc. So if you're unfamiliar with how things work in the zoning, the Leduc kids and the Beaumont kids will usually play. Well, it used to be the Beaumont kids would play in Sherwood Park, but now they're playing in the Warriors organization. So you'll see Leduc kids out of the Warriors that are played their minor lacrosse with the Warriors and Beaumont that are from those areas that grew up playing in the Warriors organization if they played at the A level. So that's why there's some of that confusion.
Someone's on the clock. I'm not sure, but
I think it's the Crude just by looking at their table.
Yeah.
They look like they're really looking at their phones here, so everybody else is kind of chilling out.
Looks like Braden Hackett is ready to go up, maybe.
You know it's been a good draft for the Warriors when longtime GM Tony Materi is just sitting back, just enjoying the ambiance of the event, kind of taking it all in. Usually he's on these guys. He's making sure they're taking certain guys. He's just letting them go, and I think they're doing a good job.
Founders Cup champion Tony Materi.
Yeah. We talked about Terry coaching the Crude for 20 years or close to. Tony's been with the Warriors organization close to 30.
Holy moly!
Like at least 20 years, but I think it's closer to 30.
That's a long time.
Yeah. That's the one thing about lacrosse. You got real lifers, guys that spend their life with the same organization and putting in a lot of work without a lot of thanks. So
we've got in the live chat, they don't have the Crude need goalies. They don't have Jordan Peck anymore. Yeah, Jordan Peck did graduate.
Who's that from Fodchuck?
No, that's from Carson 3477.
Not
sure who that is. But he is right. Jordan Peck has graduated. He is now
I wonder if that's a Mav player.
Maybe. He is now the U17A head coach of the Cyclones, Jordan Peck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shout out to Jordan Peck. I'm sure he's tuning in tonight. He's now the head coach of the U17A Cyclones, as Garen pointed out.
Yeah.
Longtime Crude goaltender.
Yeah, couple years. He spent some time with the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels, too.
And then he went to the Founders with the Mavericks.
With Olds, yeah. What happened, sorry? Okay,
we have an overager?
we are verifying a name. Every draft, there's always someone that gets picked twice or 3 times. Maybe that's he's at the Warriors table. Oh,
The Warriors have done that in the past.
What?
Age, yeah, age.
Age. Oh, at age. The kid at the table he's at the crew table. He was at the Rams drop-in on Monday, actually. I seen him. I forget his name, but he was out there.
I seen him.
So he was there.
I seen him once.
Looks like they are gonna make that selection, maybe. Oh, okay. They're getting the phones out.
Yeah. It's
I'm
like
not
we're in Cuba or something. Like a guy's coming over, either looking at his passport. Is this guy?
I'm getting told
really 21.
I'm getting told
16?
he's an overager. Sources say he's an overager. 13.
They drafted a 22-year-old.
The Cruder taking a 22-year-old. He's probably from Sherwood Park would be my guess.
He's from Cuba. He's from Cuba.
Oh boy.
Check this guy's passport.
I'm not sure what's going on
I
right now.
don't either.
Coach Vay just stood up. He's going to get to the bottom of this. Keenan Kandra from NetFront Sports looks like he's going over to the snack bar.
He's hungry. This has been a long draft. Keenan's diet's going down the drain here.
Keenan, grab me a bag of Doritos while you're over there.
Keenan, I thought he was going to go ask if he could be part of the Crude organization again.
He grabbed
a start.
He grabbed a bag of Doritos, but I don't know if they're for me.
I thought you were asking if you could coach this year. I thought you were going to go over there and ask if you could coach.
Okay, there's lots of delegation going on at the Crude table. Maybe I could walk over there and then get some insider info on what. Oh, head coach Darren Bray's going over there maybe?
No, he's stopping at the Outlaws table. He's probably seeing if he could vulture off some more players.
They're looking for a trade here.
Yeah. He's telling Baker that he sees a lot in this guy and he wants to trade him for a 15th rounder. Now, a bit of an oddity. Steve Baker's son, of course, Jackson Baker, plays for the Rebels.
Fort Saskatchewan Rebels, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to head-to-head this year.
If you see
Steve must not like the color red.
No.
Likes blue.
Yeah. I don't know if they're talking minor trade here. Because we are pretty deep.
I've got no idea what's going on.
We're pretty deep in the draft here. We're still waiting on the Crude.
Looks like
to figure out
the commissioner's on the phone.
I don't understand what they mean by an overager.
I don't know either. Okay, maybe we got a verdict. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to give you more information, guys, but we just don't have it right now.
Thank you.
We got chip orders going on live on air now.
Okay, we're shaking hands with someone.
We got the Outlaws, the Rebels, and the Warriors all over at the Crude table.
Head coach Darren Bray's up top.
Now he's coming to the front.
Norm Shaw, longtime goaltender, played for the Slash, I do believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're driving deep into the bag right now.
The Cruder shaking someone's hand.
Yeah, there's a kid getting a jersey, so he must have been drafted.
Cooper Reed. He's on the list. Okay, but he didn't play last year, so he's not draft eligible.
There's no way this guy's 22, so they should be good.
He's not draft eligible. So this Cooper Reed would be he's going maybe a free agent signing.
What does that mean, not draft eligible? It looks like he's being drafted.
He didn't play last year, though, Mo.
Yeah, but
2 years he hasn't played.
Oh, 2 years. That would make sense.
Free agent
so he's a
signing.
Free agent. So
where's he from? Sherwood Park?
No.
Westlock.
Westlock.
Oh, Westlock.
So he hasn't played for 2 years. That makes
Josh
him a free
Booth
agent.
is telling me he's a goalie, maybe?
He's a goalie?
He's a goalie.
He's a goalie.
He was in player gear on Monday, I will say that.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on here at the 2026 draft. That's why you pay. That's why you tune in. You got all kinds of surprises going on here as we get deeper in the draft. So, from what we understand, Cooper Reed, a goalie from Westlock, has been taken by the Crew. Again, though, why are they stockpiling goalies like this?
I don't know, but he was in player gear Monday.
Okay,
I can confirm it.
We're at a loss here because they have taken a couple goalies already. If he's a goalie, then I don't know why they would be drafting him, but I guess goalies sometimes are hard to find, so maybe they're just trying to get some depth in that position. Yeah.
Sort of,
Yeah. Yeah. Free agent. There's been some differing reports. Some say he hasn't played in 1 year. Some say he hasn't played in 1 year. Some say he hasn't played in 2 years. I generally think that it takes 2 years for you to be a free agent, but maybe it's just one.
No.
Not really.
No. Yeah, he'll just be announced on the transactions as a signing, not.
Yeah. We're getting down to it, folks.
Okay, the Outlaws are on the coach. Dean Casey took paper up there.
He doesn't seem too concerned. He just shook him off and said, "That's our pick." Cooper Reed goes to the Crew. Outlaws about to make their selection.
With the 48th overall pick, the Outlaws have selected Bryce Ballum, Edmonton Warriors.
No.
The 13th round, there have been no trades affecting this round, so it's Warriors, Outlaws, Crew, Rebels. Warriors, you're on the clock.
Warriors are on the clock. Can you hear that? Oh.
So now we're starting to get to the territory of the draft where teams might start to be passing. Teams like the Warriors have quite a few players on their protected list, so
Kingsley Algie from the Edmonton Warriors.
they might start passing before everybody else, but they do use the selection. I couldn't quite hear the last name. Kingsley, did you catch that, Garen? Kingsley, the last name?
No, sorry.
Did you, Keenan? The last name of the last pick that was just taken? Kingsley something? We couldn't quite hear who the player taken was. He's not here. And
The announcement was muffled.
Yeah.
The announcement was muffled.
Outlaws about to make their selection. 47th overall.
Kinsley Algie, the Loose Mesh podcast
Kingsley Algie.
confirmed.
Thank you. Loose Mesh coming up big again. We have to do some correspondence with them this year.
Is that Steve Toll?
Gunnar Bostrom from the Edmonton Warriors.
Gunnar Bostrom. Edmonton Warriors.
So Bostrom, the two Bostroms, Kurt and Danny, played with my dad for a long time, so I'm very familiar with the name on the Outlaws. So this is Kurt's son. He's going to make his way. It's crazy that his son is making his way already into junior lacrosse, but congratulations to the Bostrom family.
John Kirby, we're looking the middle of the March for the schedule to come out, my friend. Middle of March.
Good question.
That is
I
a
like
very
that.
good question, yeah.
You're on top of it, John Kirby.
Kinsley Algie, Loose Mesh says he is probably the fastest kid in the draft.
Oh, okay, so we got the 40 times on all these guys now.
They don't mess around in Loose Mesh Nation there.
They probably have a spreadsheet.
The 51st overall pick, the Crew have selected Deegan Waldner from Parkland Posse.
Deegan Waldner?
Deegan Waldner from the Parkland Posse.
Oh, Deegan. Okay. I thought you said Deegie. Okay, Deegan Waldner from the Parkland Posse.
Looks to be the connection there, the pipeline with Braden Hackett at the table.
He had the scouting report.
I do know they picked up other guys. Fernando Runco, he's played for the Posse Tier 2 last year.
Yeah, in that trade, yeah.
Kale Owen did at the deadline.
Tier
played.
2, yeah.
Yeah. Logan Schultz, another pickup from the Tier 2 Posse. The Crew, they went heavy in the Parkland area in these trades for some of these runners.
Well, that's what it pays off. You got eyes on the Parkland area now with Braden Hackett.
Head coach Mike Sim might not be too happy.
Yeah, Mike Sim's going to get his team rated.
Yeah.
And Eric Turner.
And Eric Turner, shout out Crude alumni Eric Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Former Calgary Roughneck and senior minor and senior Rebel.
Senior Rebel, yeah. This year, Senior Rebel, sources say.
Las Vegas Desert Dog, Colorado Mammoth.
Yeah.
He spanned the globe.
The Edmonton, the Rebels are on the clock.
Coquitlam-Adanac.
Brendan Paperzy from Westlock is going to the fort.
Braden Paperzy goes to the fort. All right, so do you know where he's from, Garen?
Westlock, apparently.
Okay, Westlock.
There was a handful of Westlock kids in the draft this year. I seen that list.
Yeah, they were going, you were telling me they were going out to the Crude drop-in.
Yeah, there are a couple of them.
So it's the same guys? They're not different guys, or are they the same guys?
They might be different guys.
Okay.
I didn't catch their names.
Okay.
Warriors are on the clock. Head coach.
That's be something for next year. We need to get a list from Westlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get our correspondent, our scout in Westlock, Joshua Booth, to hook us up.
Yeah. Josh Booth is in front of us here. I do believe he helped with Westlock.
Yeah.
Shane Laycock from Sherwood Park Titans.
Shane Laycock goes
Shane Laycock from the Sherwood Park Titans. He is here.
He's got the flow.
Nice head of hair on this kid.
This guy looks like he means business. I think he's a guy, I got to believe he's a D guy. See if we can get some. I can't get any insight on the people around us. We don't know where this guy's from, or like what his position would be. I gotta believe he's a D guy.
Defender.
Defender, yeah. Okay.
We'll go with the defender.
Yeah, we gotta go defender.
Rugged defender.
Let's ask Darren. Maybe Darren Beret can answer us. He can't hear me.
I don't recall a draft, Mo, in a long time where every team has drafted this long without passing.
No. Yeah, we're getting into the 50s now, so
This is
it's very hard for me to focus with Keenan and Eric laughing in my ear right here. These guys are looking at me laughing.
troublemakers.
These NetFront guys, they're always goofing around, getting chips. These guys are too busy getting chips. They're not running the computer. Outlaws, I believe, are up, right, Karen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I got it, yeah. I think Laycock is a defender, but maybe I'm wrong. Once again, thank you for tuning in to NetFront Sports on YouTube. It's the 2026 Junior B entry draft. We've got a number of 17-year-olds who will be making their debut in junior lacrosse this year. Congratulations to everyone who's been drafted and will be drafted as we continue to cover
Logan
the
Noah
North
Weagle
draft.
from St. Albert Rams goes to the Outlaws. He is here. And in regards to that last pick, Harry Willis says 100% D guy. Thank you, Harry, for keeping us informed.
Harry, thank you. We've been nailing these. Good.
He looks good at
insight.
Titans drop-in. Harry is the president of the Tier 2 Titans. They might need to make some sort of deal with the Crude here.
Sponsorship.
Yeah, there's
Get a bus.
going to be a lot of Titans going down the Henday to Ainsdale.
Maybe Dawson from the Loose Mesh Pod can offer to drive the bus to and from practice.
Yeah, why not?
There we go.
Why not?
Hey? I think that'd be a good job for Dawson. He'd get those guys ready for games, too. Motivational speaker that Dawson is.
Dawson Nielsen, Loose Mesh Podcast.
Shameless plug. You
And
guys better be kicking back to us. You better be shouting us out because we've been giving you a lot of attention on this during this draft. We're looking forward to some heavy correspondence with the Loose Mesh Pod going forward. Warriors made their way to the draft table momentarily there. I don't know, because that's Crude, right? Crude are on the clock? So now we're getting to the point of the draft where they're trying to figure out how many spots teams have left on their protected
I'm going to
list.
go out on a limb and say a couple teams are over already.
I mean, I think the Warriors might be. They've drafted like 15
Yeah,
guys.
the Rebels had 30 some on their protected list as well prior to the draft.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Warriors have drafted at least 14 guys so far, according to my list. And anybody unaware, you have, what is it, a 50-man protected list?
50 or I do believe it went down to 45.
Okay,
to
so
45
it used to
men.
be 50, and we think it went down to 45. And with 14 draft picks and a 25-man roster, and then draft picks from previous seasons, guys in the system, teams like the Warriors got to be, if they haven't surpassed it, they got to be close to that number.
Well, and then on top of that, the protected list cuts down April 15th, down back to a 35-man.
Yeah, so a lot of teams are going to have to start passing here. Team like the Crude are going to have a lot of spots.
I just heard Liam Elliott's name mentioned via the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels to the commissioner, so maybe something involved. Oh, okay.
Okay, so they got space. So they'll probably take a few more players in this draft. A team like the Warriors, though, I got to think that they're pushing that number.
Do we got any questions in the comment section for us? You guys
Yeah,
want us to
fire away.
we're,
Ask us anything.
maybe not anything, but just
Ask us anything.
ask Mo anything.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I don't know what we're doing
I
here.
won't be doing, the one thing I don't think I'll be doing is pulling a biz and going in a Speedo to watch Team Canada. And that's where I draw the line.
Sunday morning, Canada, USA.
Yeah, I'll be watching it in the backyard in a Speedo, amongst all the snow, and Keenan and Eric will come film it.
If you live on the south side, cover your eyes.
Are you kidding? Or they'll be all coming to be like, whoa.
Okay, Commissioner Norm Shaw is at the Warriors table. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
There's first overall pick, Charlie Graham, walking around. I do believe Charlie wore 45. That is his number, too, and that's what it is on the Warriors jersey.
Yeah, it is a huge jersey. That's why I was laughing. That thing's he's a big guy, and it's draping down to the floor on him.
We used to call that the Reese Oliver cut.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Reese Oliver.
Shout out Reese Oliver.
Pride of Lakeland.
Yeah, Cold Lake. Love that kid.
Is he from is he Bonnyville?
Bonnyville, I think, yeah. Reese was a beast.
Yeah. Played on Richard Laughlin and John Lintz's Bantam A team back in the day.
The Crude are going Trenton Palmer from the Parkland Posse.
Trenton Palmer from the Parkland Posse. So as we've gone deeper into this draft, we've started to see a lot more Parkland Posse kids go.
The Fort Saskatchewan Rebels are on the clock. There we go. The Crude the Rebels are going Dylan Marco out of Westlock. Sorry, I broke that early.
Apparently, Garrett was
Sources
really
say-
impressed with that.
That's a fine. I'll take that. Sources say Dylan Marco out of Westlock. That's where we're going here.
Garen was really impressed with that pick.
I like it.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
We're delayed now.
It's already been broadcast, so it doesn't matter.
We only broadcast to the special people.
Dylan Marco.
Westlock kid.
Oh, man.
He was defender. Hits hard. He was at the combine. I could. Doesn't matter.
Guy just goes, oh.
Now where are we going? Who's on the clock?
Well, we got the Warriors on the clock.
I don't remember anyone drafting this long in a long time.
Although, well, I don't know. What round would this be? 52 divided by 4. That's roughly 13 rounds. So, yeah, it's around this time when teams usually go to, and then they start passing. Is my math correct on that?
What round are we
Pickish
at?
52, that would be like round 13.
Oh, no, more than
13
that.
divided by 4? Yeah, 13.
13.
Yeah.
So we're
So
not
I'm
that
a total
far,
idiot.
actually.
That's pretty good math right there. Yeah, it's pretty good math. 56, 57, 52,
GM
divided by 4.
GM Steve Baker is going up.
We will have an alternate broadcast, as we mentioned, of the American-Canadian game. I'll be doing it the Biz style.
There you go. I will not be watching.
Darren will not be joining me. Bryce will be, though. I'm going to bring Bryce in, and we'll do the Biz style broadcast. Maybe Dawson can come in and yell at us or something.
Motivation.
Yeah. As we've got the Warriors coming to the table here, I can't believe they're not passing just with the sheer amount of picks they've used in this draft.
I totally agree.
I don't know what's going on at this point, but because their list has got to be overflowing.
Yeah.
They didn't graduate many. Would they graduate one guy?
The Warriors?
Yeah.
I think, just Danny Fair, I do believe. And I don't think the Outlaws graduated anyone. The Rebels graduated Jackson Kohut,
Longmire.
Riley Longmire, and Matthew Vetch.
Yeah.
And the Crude graduated Graham Dickin, Josh Fawchuk, Will Drader, I do believe.
That sounds right to me.
With the 57th overall pick, the Warriors have selected Aiden Troy from the Edmonton Warriors.
Aiden Troy from the Edmonton Warriors going to the Edmonton Warriors.
Eden Troy, as a guy I don't have too many notes on. Garen, you have anything on?
No.
We're getting to the depths, guys, now. Of the draft, always tougher to have much of a scouting report on. But if we have anything, we'll be sure to share it with you. And the Warriors, that's the biggest note right now. The Warriors continuing to make picks despite having made a ton of them already and returning most of their team, or really all of their team minus Danny Fair.
We got a question in the chat. Two. Did the Crew draft any goalies tonight? Yes, they did draft goalies.
Is that a sarcastic question, or
I don't know. It's the first comment by this guy.
Okay, because they have drafted a number of goalies.
Yeah, and then Lax Logan is asking thoughts on the Posse Tier 2 offense all getting traded to the Crude.
Well, I mean, the Crude had to find a well somewhere, and they're digging into it now in Parkland.
Outlaws are done. The Outlaws are officially passing.
As we mentioned, Braden Hackett, acquired from the Rebels, is a Parkland kid, so he'd have familiarity with some of those guys.
Logan Schultz.
Yeah. So they're adding, it's clear, basically everyone they've added are Sherwood Park and Posse kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, as mentioned, or as Garen just mentioned, word is the Outlaws are done.
Selected Caleb Amiot from Sherwood Park Titans.
Another Sherwood Park kid goes to the Crew.
Caleb Haniok to the Titans, or to the Crude from the Titans.
Rebels, you are on the clock.
Rebels now on the clock.
If you want me to, I will. Where are we going
He
here?
gets really excited for your picks.
I have no idea. Where's he from? No idea. Okay.
GP?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, they're spanning the globe. Going out of town for this pick. I know. Going out of town. They got pipelines everywhere.
I forget it already. From Peace Country. The Peace Country Honey Badgers. We might be seeing someone coming from there. That is the new Grand Prairie Tier 2 team. They will be joining.
The Rebels have selected Connor Chenard from Grand Prairie.
Connor Chenard from Grand Prairie. He's here.
That's awesome.
This is good.
Good for him. Gets drafted, comes all the way from Grand Prairie. He's going to join a team that's used to winning. And we'll see.
That's quite the hike.
Yeah. Hey, it shows that they're paying attention to other areas, and somebody tipped him off to somebody.
Another
somehow.
full head of hair. Kevin Parker's notifying me.
Yeah. Again, they're all about the good genes in Fort Saskatchewan, apparently. Dave McGarva taking a big picture. He's happy about this.
Let's Go GP Legend. I've picked up, I do believe this
He's
is.
got a nice stash, too. I got to give him credit for that.
Mullets and mustaches.
Round 16, the Warriors are passing, and they have maxed out their protected.
Carson3477. I do believe Carson Schultz
Yeah.
is in the chat. Carson Schultz, one of my favorite kids I've ever coached. I love that kid.
I was gonna say he's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Carson.
I was actually, there was one game I called in St. Albert, and I was just waiting for somebody, and I was leaning against his truck, and he thought I was waiting for him, and he's like, oh, and I was like, no, buddy, I'm not waiting to fight you.
He wanted an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, he thought I wanted to jack his car.
Oh boy.
Oh, good guy. I think
he moved back to
deal?
Grand Prairie.
So he's going to play there?
He's going to play for the Peace Country Honey Badgers, the new expansion Tier 2 team.
Okay. Well, they're going to have a guy. We talked about high motors. That's a guy with a high motor.
Carson Schultz, never gives up.
Going to give 100%.
Memphis Duran from Westlock.
That's a sick name.
Goes to the Crude. Yeah, I like
that name. Solid name. Best name of the draft so far. Memphis Duran.
There still should be a handful of Westlock kids left. We'll see if the Crude start plucking them.
So the Outlaws are now done. The Warriors have to be close to being done if they're not done already. And the Rebels, I think they might still make a few picks, and the Crude have plenty of room. I assume they'll try to just add as many players as they can in this draft late.
Minor president Mike Baker is at the table with head coach Vay and longtime manager Tony Materi. Oh, Darren Bray. The Rebels are on the clock, actually.
Yeah. He looks really excited about this one.
I'm good. Okay, we'll see where the Rebs go here.
The 64th overall pick, the Rebels have selected Thiago Rodriguez from Sherwood Park Titans.
How many guys are you drafting still?
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Valuable information. It's valuable information. So
I do believe this from Grand Prairie is a goaltender.
Yeah, so obviously the Rebels have some eyes in Grand Prairie because they're willing to go there and make some of these picks. That's impressive. I wonder where their information was coming from there.
Rebels have officially started passing.
So the Rebels are now done, and the Crude are going to take their last selection here.
I do believe the Crude will probably finish going into round 20. They've got the spot, so they might as well take them.
You're watching the 2026 Junior B entry draft.
Chase Moles from Sherwood Park Titans.
Chase Moles, another Sherwood Park kid. That continues a theme here. Just one last time, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the 2026 Junior B entry draft here in St. Albert at the Community Hall. Everybody being selected tonight, a big night for them and their families. Thank you for taking part in the chat. Had a lot of good comments, a lot of good interaction. It's been a good time here. Be able to share some jokes, funny moments, and celebrate the sport of lacrosse. Doesn't get enough attention in the Edmonton area, and congratulations to everyone involved.
And the final pick tonight, the 71st overall pick, the Crude has selected Caden Duxer from St. Albert Rams.
Caden Duxer, St. Albert Rams.
And that was the final pick of the draft. Caden Duxer from St. Albert goes to the Crude.
Who did not get drafted tonight, you are now free agents, and you can attend any training camp you wish.
Any kid not drafted becomes a free agent.
Officiating if you don't already, because we can fast track any players and move you up through the system quickly, because we want to implement a better officiating staff in RMLL over the next few years as well. So keep that in mind, the different ways to stay in the game. And we get all the draft picks, please come up here and get photos, a group photo. Congratulations to all the draft picks tonight. Thank
all
you.
The draft picks are coming up for a photo. They are also if anyone's interested in reffing, they will fast track into the RMLL. Commissioner Norm Shaw just said that. So anyone in here loose mesh if you're looking to ref.
Contact Sean Reed. He'll hook you up.
Sean Reed, I love that guy.
I can hook you up too. There's a number of people that can. If you're interested in starting to ref, we need more refs. We need better quality refs, and we need people that are experienced with the game. So,
not sure where there's a lot. Okay, here we go. We've got all the Outlaws guys in front of us. It looks like someone's in the 20 Jacob Goudreau jersey with the C on it.
Yeah, that's
Jacob Goudreau, St. Albert kid.
Yeah, we're in the home of the Rams. So it's fitting that Jacob Goudreau's, who was a longtime St. Albert Ram, that his jersey's being represented here. So once again, from the 2026 Junior B entry draft, thanks for tuning in. It's been a great night here, and we wish all teams the best of luck. Everybody in the chat, this was our inaugural production for NetFront as we move over from Crow. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of Mohammed, I was joined and a great job in his debut, Garen Schmerman.
Thank you.
Keenan, great job on the computer, all the tech work. Eric Krause as well. All the teams, congratulations to everyone taken tonight, and we'll be in touch with you throughout the season. Looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.